Today marks a new era in emergency medical response within our great Meru County and its environs, as we introduce a state-of-the-art ambulance equipped with the latest technology and medical safeguarding, medical equipment to provide the highest level of care for those in need. Safeguarding the health and promoting the well-being of every human being is essential to sustainable development. Our aim as a university is to save more lives and to improve patients' outcomes by providing the right care at the right time. And this new ambulance, ladies and gentlemen, will play a critical role in achieving that goal. And this, as you all are aware, resonates well with the resolution of the university to take a proactive role in health to our community, starting with Nchiru at the gate here. So we are very happy to inform you that this ambulance is equipped with the latest life support systems, including advanced airway management equipment, the defibrillators, the advanced monitoring equipment, and by next week we'll also be having a ventilator. This will allow our medical personnel to provide care that is second to none in this our region. We have also invested in the latest communication and navigation systems, ensuring that our ambulance crews can respond quickly and efficiently to emergencies, and that they are able to communicate with hospitals and other emergency services in real time. This ambulance, my friends, will make a real difference to the lives of the people in our community, starting from our students and everybody around. We are committed to providing the best possible care for those in need. And this new ambulance is just one example of that equipment. In it also, we are going to have EMT, emergency medical technology training, for the nurses, for the paramedics, for everybody. And so it is here. So it will not just be theoretical training, but we will also be doing it practically. And when called upon as practitioners, as paramedics, as everybody to come and learn, please do come. And on 4th of July 2022, we launched the Meru University Medical and Research Center, whose core mandate is to create better healthcare opportunities as well as accentuate the government's commitment to improving the welfare of the country's health sector for better services to Kenyans. So today, my friends and ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate this new addition to our university and region and the community, and let us remain committed to continuing to providing the highest level of care to those in need, no matter what. And just like the acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academic Dr. Walobuka said, what we need, especially for those practitioners, the nurses, the doctors, the clinicians, is, you have to be a patient-centered professional. And Frida, once again, thank you for really being there at that particular time. In fact, you behave like that student was in one of the institutions in Luyaland, the one who was dancing and singing for the patient. And believe me or not, the patient got healed up. That patient-cared approach, customer-focused approach, is what we need in this country, in all the things we do. And we really celebrate you, our nurses, our clinicians, our doctors, our pharmacists, all the paramedical, everybody involved, and who is going to be involved in this one here. Martin Luther King said it's like this: life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for the others? Unafanya nini? Leo I know you are a patient, by the way, you should get in. What for the sake of the others? My good person, when I'm alone in my study room and my bedroom, I read a lot of Munro. You remember Munro? Yeah. That when we were created, ladies and gentlemen, God put everything in us. Now, when you are down here, you are expected to exhaust all that. And so that when you are going to heaven, hope you will go, you tell daddy I'm empty. Kila kitu ambacho uliweka ndani yangu imeisha. Tuko pamoja. That is what it is. And so Martin Luther King did say life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And Meru University of Science and Technology, starting from our Jerusalem, which is in Chiru here, is basically doing, one of the things we are doing is actually to offer this. And we are appealing to the community and all our hospitals around that these facilities here, let's make use of it. Yes, binadamu, that you just stay, it has to be used. So we really appeal to the community to come and use it. It is here. And Meru University of Science and Technology is creating better healthcare opportunities for the world, for the country, and for everybody. We are here to serve you. We are people-centered institution, ready to impact, transform, and change the community for the better. I wish you all the great health, peace, and joy. God bless you as you choose to partner with us together. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana.
University, our partners from Meru Level 5, the media fraternity, and the invited guests, good morning. Okay, to start, without even repeating the Vice-Chancellor's speech, I'm actually delighted after we got this ambulance. And on the experience on my side, I remember one time, some years back, I needed to transfer a member of staff from the university, and we required such a facility. And when we were trying to find any around Meru, Nyeri, or Embu, we were told the nearest was in Nairobi, an advanced life support ambulance. And in that line, we went to ask for an air ambulance from Amref to come and pick our patient from Lewan Downs. So this is actually a progress. I'm grateful for getting this. So let's not assume that this one is just coming to be underutilized. There is need, only that it was not there. And if you find out even right now, if you want to find this kind of an ambulance, the nearest you might get is also from Nairobi, from the Kenya Red Cross. So we are really, really grateful for the management for assisting us get this facility for the community. So here we have, we want to do a small demonstration, and we will not go much into the details. We actually want to show the equipment in brief, what the ambulance has. And we may not actually dismantle the whole ambulance, there is a lot. We may spend the whole day dismantling everything, and a lot actually has been installed. So we have a team of critical care specialists and an EMT. So I would invite one of us to come so that now we can go through the equipment that are inside the facility.
Meru University of Science and Technology is a public university. And as a public university, we have a responsibility to our community, to our country, and to the whole world. One of the programs that we do is actually health-related programs. We do clinical medicine, we do nursing, we do public health, we do so many things, from the certificate up to PhD. But very importantly, these students who are enrolled in these programs also have to go outside there and do their clinical practices. They have to learn how the things they learn in managing patients and all the rest are done practically. And so we work very closely with our level 5, Meru level 5 hospitals, and many other hospitals that we have in Meru. And so you remember one of our very important agenda, universal health care. And I think why we have chosen to do this, like what we are having today, launching one of our state-of-the-art ambulance in this part of the country, probably compared to the ones that are in Nairobi Hospital, is basically to help the national government and to help the county government in health provision, in health management, in health support. We have not forgotten about the problems that we used to have when we had the COVID, the ventilation problems, people dying just because we are not able to have this facility to escort them. So I lost about 2 or 3 staff, and I don't want to quote their name here, but one of them was simply because we did not have facility even to transfer them at the right time to the right kind of the hospitals. Now with this launch of our ambulance, some of these things are going to be reduced. But very importantly, the management, the people taking care of the patients is also going to be improved, in the sense that now we have a facility here that they can use, but as also a training institutions. We are going to also launch a very important course, what we call the EMT, the Emergency Medical Technology course, basically focusing the people who are already in the HOCs, who are already in the various county hospitals, on how to manage patients, especially at the critical level, when they have been involved in road accident, they are almost the point of sometimes even dying. This facility will do this. And so I'm very happy as the Vice-Chancellor of Meru University the last 4.5 years that we are able to launch this. That will not only support my staff here, or not only support my students here, but we open this to all our community, because universities world over are also meant as instruments of supporting the community where they are domiciled in. And so that's what I can say. Very important thing. And when you note that from Nairobi up to the border Kenya, Somali, border Kenya, Ethiopia, border Kenya, this side, Southern Sudan, there is no facility like this. So this is very important, and I think, David, just to tell you that it is going to be part and parcel of providing a solution to the government need of providing facilities that can improve healthcare. We did launch in July last year a medical research center, and we are very happy because universities, as I've said, have to provide solutions to community problems. They are meant to touch, change, impact, and improve community. And in this particular case, the health issues. Meru as a county has, just like many other places, we have our special kind of problems. You are aware we have problems of cancer. Cancer prevalence is one of the highest, perhaps not just in Kenya, perhaps in Africa. Now, who will answer that question? Why is cancer prevalence so high here? That's a research question. Just like any other places, we have seen growth of emerging diseases. You know, these kind of viral diseases, name them everywhere. Now, who will answer the questions? Why are these things just coming now? Is there a relationship between these diseases that are coming up with the climate problem, the climate change? We live in a climate change world right now. And people are saying before in Meru here, we didn't have some of the ailment that we are having, but we are seeing emergence of this. Is there a relationship between climate change and these diseases and many other things? So the Medical Research Center is an innovative way of really seeing how the people that we have assembled in the university, the salad of medical and paramedical and nurses and pharmacists that we have here, how they can also institute research questions that they can now go to the community, and from the community try to answer that. And this is very important. Universities world over, still repeat, normally have teaching and referral hospital. And Meru University is not going to be left alone. Just behind me here, you see a very big building coming up. That's going to be our dream medical school. And once we have a medical school, we'll also be having a teaching and referral hospital that will actually complement what our good neighbor, the Meru Teaching and Referral Level 5 Hospital, is doing, and many others. So yes, the naming, the starting of Medical Research Center is actually the right thing to do, because we also have the graduate students that do research, be it public health, be it epidemiology, name it. And it is those kind of people that can work from there. They are in the class as a professor, I teach them epidemiology, then they go to the hospital there, they get the data, and then they go to the community, they see it, and in the process we can mutually evolve solutions and give answers to some of these problems. I know I have my team here, the medical, the administrator is here, but charity begins at home. Do you read the Bible? So tutaanza hapo ndani Jerusalem, which is here, then Chiru, then Kianjai, I mean everywhere. When the facility is there and somebody is almost in a critical position and it needs to be taken to Nairobi, these facilities there. So we are not going to restrict, but again, it is for everybody. Myself, you have seen that I've just been lifted here at Simuliona. Everybody. So we are not restricting, but I don't know whether you want to add something, Administrator?
Our services will extend to the region, Isiolo, Tharaka-Nithi, Embu, and if need be, further than that. But we'll start, as the VC is saying, in Meru, knowing that this is the only facility that has this kind of equipment.
So yes, the ambulance will be available for those kind of people, not only for transferring the sick people from here to Nairobi, but even between the HOCs that are around and they don't have that facility. Bring your students here, let's learn. We have a center in town where if you don't want to be at the main campus, you can go to town. And we are also opening our learning through the open distance and e-learning. So in May, we are going to admit students. Come. We have formed Medical Research Center. The idea is we want graduate students to come to learn in that Medical Research Center.
Technically, we have different kinds of ambulances. And in simple, I would say there's what we call basic life support ambulance. And now, like this one, we call it advanced life support ambulance. So the difference is about the equipping. Like the basic life support, you find that it has the stretchers we have maybe the BP machine in layman's language, and a very simplified equipment. That one is supposed actually to move a patient who is not in critical care from one point to the other. So for an advanced life support ambulance, in summer I can say it's like an ICU, a moving ICU. So and I'll give an example, like during the time of COVID-19, when we had many critical care patients requiring to be moved from one point to the other. And maybe those, in one way or the other, maybe any one of us was affected by COVID-19, either through a friend or a relative. You realize those people require machines to help them breathe or to breathe for them. So those are the kind of machines we have in this kind of ambulance. So if it is someone who is coming from one ICU to move to another one, our ambulance can take care of that. And that's why we are saying in this region, actually, we don't have any other kind of ambulance. And if you require one, most of the time you are referred to Nairobi. You have to wait for one from Nairobi to come to this side. And that takes time. And in emergency care, actually, sensitivity in time is very important. It determines actually about life and death.
It's basically to chronicle, if there is such a word, profile this every week in our website, in our social media, but very importantly, talking with all the administrators of the various medical centers in the county and all over. I'm happy about this, Mzee Mkuru. Thank you for coming. This is a very senior doctor. No, most of you may not know him, and he said he didn't want me to expose him. He's my friend, Dr. Gekuno, and we are going to work with all of them. Some own hospitals, the Meru level 5, you see it, they are heavily represented here. We work very closely and we'll make sure that this is actually advertised everywhere. We will have leaflets, we'll drop them all over. And again, today, the social media is very important. But very importantly, David team, I want you really to market this. It's good for this county, it's good for this country, it's good for everybody. Thank you. Yeah, maybe Dr. Gekun.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Viakuno. I'm the proprietor of Nyambene Clinical Services, and I'm also the regional chairman for the Kenya Association of Private Hospitals. Mine is to thank the university, especially the Vice-Chancellor, for finding it very appropriate to have such a good ambulance within the region. Actually, for us in the private sector, most of us, because we are still growing, we don't have the capacity to buy the ambulances. The ambulances you see with most of the private hospitals are like the one which Dr. was saying here, basic one. When we have a patient who is in critical need of life support, and we would wish to transport him to a good hospital like Kenyatta Hospital, Nairobi Hospital, we don't usually have enough ambulance for that one. Like you find that when we have a patient, it's only the only ambulance, or the only thing which is when we talk of ambulance is only having a stand for drip and a place to place the mtungi oxygen, nothing else. But you can see this one the way it is. This is a mobile ICU. This is the kind of ambulance which you find anywhere in the world. When you go to movies, you see the ambulances in US, in UK, this is the kind of thing which you're having here. We really appreciate the Prof for what you have brought for us. We shall utilize it. I'm going to pass it over to my colleagues in the Mount Kenya region so that they can, when they have such a situation, when they have a situation in need, they can call and then we are going to utilize it.